Now, a new analysis shows that the 6-ton iconic altar stone at the heart of Stonehenge.
For over 5 millennia, Stonehenge has stood like a riddle carved in stone. A ring of massive pillars, weighing up to 40 tons each, raised by people who had no wheels, no steel tools, and no written language. How did they do it? And more importantly, why? For generations, theories swirled. Some believed it was a temple of the dead. Others swore it was an ancient observatory. Legends whispered of giants, sorcerers, and lost civilizations, but the truth remained buried, waiting for someone bold enough to dig deeper. Recently, scientists uncovered clues hidden beneath the soil and etched into the very stones themselves. Clues so precise they dismantle centuries of speculation. What they found not only rewrites history, it also suggests Stonehenge was more than just a monument. It was a machine of time, power, and mystery. And the first piece of that puzzle begins with a single stone. The first great mystery of Stonehenge lies in its stones themselves. The towering sarcens, each over 20 feet tall, came from quarries just 20 miles away. But the smaller bluestones, they originated in the rugged hills of Wales, more than 125 miles across rivers and mountains. For decades, experts argued, did glaciers carry them south during the Ice Age, or did humans move them by hand? Recent studies changed everything. A small football-sized rock called the Newell boulder, once dismissed as a glacial erratic, was proven by chemical fingerprinting to match a quarry in Wales exactly. No signs of ice dragging. Instead, all signs point to human transport. Imagine hauling stones weighing 3 tons over land and water with nothing but ropes and wooden sledges. Why would Neolithic people go to such impossible lengths? The answer may reveal Stonehenge's true purpose, and it's not what most expected.
Moving the stones was only the beginning. Once at Salisbury Plain, the builders faced an even greater challenge, raising them into place. The towering sarcens, some over 7 meters tall and weighing more than 20 tons, weren't just balanced upright. They were carefully shaped, locked together with mortise and tenon joints, and topped with horizontal lintels using tongue-and-groove carpentry. This was engineering far ahead of its time. And then there's the altar stone, traced all the way to Scotland, nearly 470 miles from Stonehenge. The sheer distance proves that long-range transport wasn't just possible, it was intentional. But why? Why reject local stone when so much effort was needed to haul these megaliths across mountains and rivers? Some believe the answer lies in what the monument was meant to do. The arrangement wasn't random, it was precise, deliberate, and connected to something much larger, the movements of the heavens. What if Stonehenge wasn't just a circle of stones, but one of the world's first calendars? Archaeologist Timothy Darville believes exactly that. His research shows the sarcens weren't placed randomly. They form a 365-day solar calendar carved into the earth. 30 upright stones mark the days of a month, divided neatly into 10-day weeks. The 5 central trilithons, they represent the extra days needed to complete the year. And the 4 station stones, aligned on the outer edge, may have tracked leap years with astonishing accuracy. For a people without writing, this was genius. With Stonehenge, they could track planting seasons, harvests, and religious festivals with certainty. Yet this raises a darker question. If Stonehenge measured the heavens so precisely, what was its true purpose? To guide farming or to control time itself? The answer may lie in a secret you don't just see, you can hear. Stonehenge wasn't only built to track the sky, it may also have been designed to shape sound. In a recent experiment, scientists created a scale model called Minihenge, restoring missing stones to replicate the monument as it once stood. When tested, voices and music carried with surprising clarity inside the circle, amplified but contained. Conversation spoken at the center could be heard perfectly within the ring, while those outside caught almost nothing. The stones didn't just stand, they spoke, bouncing sound back and forth like a natural amphitheater. Some of the bluestones even rang like bells when struck, suggesting rituals may have included music played directly on the stones themselves. Imagine chants, drums, and voices weaving together, sealed within that sacred circle. But while science explains the sound, ancient legend told a far stranger story, one involving magic, giants, and a mysterious wizard named Merlin.
Long before scientists measured Stonehenge with lasers and microscopes, storytellers claimed it was built by magic. In medieval legend, the wizard Merlin brought the stones from Ireland, where giants had first set them in a sacred circle. When King Aurelius Ambrosius sought a monument to honor fallen nobles, Merlin supposedly raised the massive stones into the air and carried them across the sea by spell. To the people of the Middle Ages, no human could explain such perfect design, such massive weight. Only sorcery or giants could. For centuries, these tales were accepted as truth. Today, archaeologists dismiss Merlin's magic, yet his legend reflects the same awe we still feel. How did ancient hands build something so precise, so enduring? Perhaps the real power of Stonehenge lies not in myth or magic, but in its connection to the cosmos. Not just the sun, but the moon itself. Stonehenge's builders didn't just watch the sun. They may also have tracked the moon's rarest rhythm, the major lunar standstill. Every 18.6 years, the moon rises and sets at its most extreme points on the horizon, a cycle so slow it would take generations to understand. Some archaeologists believe the 4 station stones marked these extremes with astonishing precision. Recent research suggests this alignment may go back to the very first phase of Stonehenge, when it was also Britain's largest cremation cemetery. Burials were placed in the monument's southeast corner, exactly where the moon rises at its most southernmost standstill. To align death, memory, and the moon's cosmic path speaks of a belief system we can barely comprehend. Was Stonehenge a calendar for the living, or a gateway for the dead? The answer may lie in what surrounded the monument, a vast ritual landscape now coming into focus. Stonehenge wasn't built in isolation. It was the heart of a vast ritual landscape stretching across the Salisbury Plain. Just 2 miles away lies Durrington Walls, once the largest settlement in Neolithic Britain, where thousands feasted and built timber circles known as Woodhenge. A ceremonial avenue connected Durrington to Stonehenge, aligned with the midsummer sunrise, suggesting processions of people moving between the worlds of the living and the dead. To the builders, every mound, ditch, and stone worked together like a cosmic map, marking solstices, honoring ancestors, and binding distant tribes into one shared vision. This wasn't simply a monument, it was the center of a belief system carved into the land itself. But for all its majesty, Stonehenge faced its greatest enemy not from time or nature, but from people themselves. What humanity once built in reverence, later generations would attack, vandalize, and nearly destroy.
For all its power and mystery, Stonehenge has not escaped human hands. In the Middle Ages, locals dragged stones away to build houses. By the 19th century, visitors chipped off fragments as souvenirs, each blow erasing history. In the 1970s and 80s, festivals brought crowds that left the monument scarred. In 1984, vandals sprayed the stones with purple paint. More recently, activists covered them in orange powder, sparking outrage across Britain. And perhaps most controversial of all, the government approved a tunnel project cutting beneath the sacred plain, which many historians call state-sponsored vandalism. Again and again, humanity has threatened the very monument it once revered, and yet the circle still stands, silent, as if guarding a secret the modern world is not yet ready to face. Stonehenge has been called a temple, a tomb, a calendar, even a giant musical instrument. Science proves the stones were carried by human hands, shaped with precision and aligned with the heavens. Myths speak of wizards and giants, while archaeology reveals feasts, burials, and ceremonies that tied whole communities together. Yet for all the discoveries, the deepest question remains unanswered. Why? Why go to such impossible lengths to raise this monument on a wind-swept plain? Was it to mark the turning of the seasons, to honor the dead, or to hold power over time itself? Some scientists believe more secrets lie buried beneath the soil, waiting to be unearthed. Others warn that Stonehenge was never meant to give up all its mysteries. One truth is certain: the stones still stand, silent, as if guarding a secret the modern world is not yet ready to face.